Yo, what's up guys, in the video, I'm Dozzi, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about whether or not you should grind on the Hive. I'm not going to be talking about a specific game, I'm just going to be talking about Hive in general. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like, and join my Discord server, a link in the description. But anyways guys, enjoy. So a big question that a lot of people have been having on the Hive is, should you grind? And this is a very common question, as there are many grinders, people who grind the leaderboard for hours at a time every day. And people like this usually just grind, and they don't really have a life, honestly. But, basically, you know, is it worth grinding Hive to get to that max sweet level 40, or that max level 100? Sure, it can feel accomplishing sometimes, but is it really worth it? I mean, do you want to spend all your time just grinding the Hive? And that's what we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to be doing some points. And if you do agree with any of these, or you disagree, then let me know in the comments below, because I would love to hear your opinions. But basically, here's some points we have. So now, one thing that many people do is they do grind to get.
Wait, can they hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is they grind the leaderboards for clout, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because grinding the leaderboards for clout can be a great way to shoot to the top in YouTube. For example, people like Hikari have been able to get to the top, have been able to get very high up in the YouTube communities just by grinding the Hive for hours at a time. Now, if you're a newbie, then you're probably not going to be wanting to grind the Hive all the time, as it's just probably going to be a waste of your time, and if you're really not enjoying the Hive, and you don't for certain enjoy it, then you're not really going to want to do it. And here's what Zestii thinks on this.
Alright, so you might know that a lot of the Hive's player base has actually switched to CubeCraft. Now, the reason for this is because CubeCraft constantly updates their games. They have a lot of new games that the Hive doesn't have. We've gone a long time on the Hive not getting a new game, so it's not really much point to grind the old games. In fact, a lot of people that play Hive are already maxed out on every game, so there's not much of a reason for them to play the games anymore if they can't level up.
Now, something that Plankstar has tried to do to fix this, if you don't know, Plankstar is the owner of the Hive. And what Plankstar's been trying to do to fix this is they are actually building more levels for Skywars and Treasure Wars. That way you can get maxed out again, which should hopefully bring back some of the player base, as well as they are bringing a new game to the Hive very, very soon, as you might see that coming soon statue right in the Hive Hub, which is something that is going to help try to bring some players back from CubeCraft and help them grind the Hive again. And with grinding the Hive, if you don't know, the reason why people play Hive a lot in the first place is to grind, and grinding, the reason for these levels is so you can grind, so that you can have a fulfilling experience, so that even when you're bored of the games, you just want to keep playing, because there's that level incentive. Like, you're just that close to level 40, so you just keep playing for 30 more minutes, and you just keep on going. So that is one thing that the Hive is using actually to their advantage. It is one of the reasons why the Hive is such a successful server compared to servers like Galaxite, where they are a very fun server, but because of incentives like this that they don't have, much of their player base leaves after a while, and usually comes back and returns when an update comes out.
The Hive has actually made a way for you to level up twice as fast. There are two different ways to do this. One, you can get Hive Plus, which costs around $10 US, or you can get a XP boost with quest points. This also costs, I think, 200 quest points, and it lasts for an hour. So this does make people level up faster, and it does give the Hive a lot of revenue. And it makes the player base want to come back and play more quests so that they can get an XP boost. But does this really just make them leave faster because they level up faster and they get what they want faster, so they just leave?
But one thing about this is Hive Plus is also giving you other benefits. If you're somebody like a creator who's going to want to play the Hive a lot, then the Hive Plus is going to help you. So that's what they've been doing to try to get a lot of people to get their Hive Plus ring. And that's why about half the entire player base on the Hive has Hive Plus, which overall it turns into people leaving and starting to play different servers. But one thing that is keeping people playing is that there's a lot of YouTube rank on the Hive compared to CubeCraft, where there's hardly any YouTube rank at all. And this kid has a Nemo, please help me. And you know, that is one thing that is really. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna snipe some kids real quick, and yeah. But one thing with grinding on the Hive is that it can really be a fun incentive. And you don't have to take it as you must grind. This is hardcore, and you have to do this. Like, you have to be just insane at the game, and you have to be really good. No, this is an option. This Hive has made this an option. This is something that you can do if you just want to get that little extra edge, and you can also see your levels, and you can share it with your friends. Now, if you do slash leaderboards in the chat, then you'll be able to see in the chat, you can see all your friends' levels, and you can see your levels, and you can compete with others. I'm currently like level 10. I'm like 10,000th place out of like, I don't know, 50,000, because I suck, but you know how that is. And basically, that is one thing with the Hive, is they have their leaderboards, and that is one of the main reasons why they even have these in the first place, is because they don't have win streaks like servers like Hypixel, where you can try to get win streaks, which have resorted to people like Technoblade blowing up. This is the way that they've been doing it, how people like, for example, Hakari and Piglin Mafia have been able to get shown onto the scenes.
Now, playing Hive with your friends is really fun, and the Hive has made it very easy to play with your friends. This way, the Hive encourages you to invite more people to play on the server, and bring more people onto the Hive, which can make grinding the Hive more fun, and ultimately, it just results in a more fun experience because you have someone else to back you up in case if you're in trouble, but just why we're playing with 2 people in this gameplay. So yeah, I think that it's definitely a good idea for the Hive to make it so that you can invite more people, and Hive Plus does let you have twice as many people in a party, so you can invite 8 people to the Hive. If everyone were to invite 8 people to the Hive, there would be over 100,000 people on the Hive at all times.
Now, one thing with people inviting a lot of people to the Hive, which can ultimately become a great thing, is some people are usually more like, I guess I could say, trustworthy to CubeCraft. So even if they play a few times, they're ultimately gonna leave. And people who do stay, most of them that are invited by their friends, usually once they get maxed out in a game, they just call it a day and say there's no more incentive. So that is why that is one of the reasons why a lot of the player base has been dropping. And that's why people have been dying a lot more. I mean, yeah.
What?
And that's why the Hive has been dying a lot more.
So there are 2 different sides to this argument, and many people will agree and disagree with what we said in this video. Hive is still a fun server, and a lot of people still play it. It is losing its player base, so it does need to quickly step up its game and get more games or better games than CubeCraft. A lot of the games on the Hive are high quality, and I bet that they could make a really good game in only a month. It's been almost 3 months since they announced that they're going to make a new game, and we've been waiting those 3 months very patiently, and we have not gotten it yet.
But in summary, I think, personally, you can disagree or agree with me. Yes, you should grind the Hive, as you can get the level incentive, and it can just be a lot of fun. But once you do finish grinding, I would consider keep on playing, and it can really be helpful. And if you are a content creator, honestly, if something that I've honestly realized that sadly is true is that if you're a higher level in a game, people are more likely to stay and watch your video because they think because of course it's going to show that you're more experienced and that you know what you're talking about. Like if you're a level 2 in every single game and you're talking about how to get to level 40 on the Hive, a lot of people aren't really going to believe you. But that is going to be the end of this video here, so make sure to subscribe, like, and join my Discord server, link in the description. Oh wait, we have one more point. Guys, I figured out how to fly in the Hive. Look at this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Guys, I'm flying. I'm flying in the Hive, guys. Oh my gosh, dude, this is insane. I am not hacking out.